We're rolling now. So be nice with the camera. Sparkle! Hi, good morning and welcome to
Sunday Chat!
With Richard, that's me, and Paul, that's him. Just because I think somebody was a little bit confused the other day.
Were they?
I think so. I'm Richard. Paul. Yes, we know it's not in alphabetical order, but it's because the channel belonged to me originally.
Do you think they're confused because we look like twins?
Oh. Do you fantasize about that sometimes, Paul? No. Yes, it is Sunday morning, and it really is
Sunday Chat!
I didn't... No. You weren't supposed to say that then. Because I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, right.
I was saying it's Sunday morning, and it really is Sunday morning. It's very early.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Isn't it? In fact, what time is it?
It's about 9.
9. We went out last night to a friend. And we had a lovely dinner. We had vegetarian sausages with roasted vegetables, and it was delightful. We hadn't seen her for a while. And we also had a glass or two of red wine. I know. It was lovely.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
That's from Thingy, isn't it?
Pinot Noir.
It's that song.
Yeah. Kimmy Schmidt.
Kimmy Schmidt, that's
which
it.
we haven't watched.
No, it got a bit boring.
It did, to be honest.
Yeah, it lost a bit.
Yeah, it lost its sparkle, I think. But anyway, that's another story. Talking about losing your sparkle, we want to talk about people who moan. Yes, I know we moan sometimes, we do. But we usually moan about things that we are doing something about, don't we? We usually do.
Yeah.
You know, it's normally a rant about something that's happened or something that's in the process of being dealt with. But we're talking about moaning about things that maybe you can't do anything about. Therefore, it's not worth the effort.
Yeah.
And maybe you need to take action
Rather than
just moaning about something you can affect and change. And we were inspired by our friend Vanessa Ford from For Earth's Sake, the plastic-free shopping experience, Cranley in Surrey. For those of you who don't already know, watch the video. And she talked about... What's this waving?
You're going to put a card up there, aren't you?
Well, you don't have to show. It's not as though doing that ensures the validity of the card. Huh?
No, but they might miss it. The people in the camera
You're
might
not going
miss
to
it.
miss it, are you? Because you'll see it with your eyes.
Rather than your nose.
And if you can't see it, you won't be clicking on it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Anyway, Vanessa inspired us, didn't she?
Yeah.
In a statement that she made on the video, which was all about not moaning about the stuff going on in the environment at the moment. You know, the plastic ocean, blah, blah, blah. Plastics everywhere. But about, rather than moaning, taking action and doing your bit. You know, we recently posted something on Planet Vegetaria about this scheme where they sort all of their recycling
different colours.
into different colours. And, you know, we kind of posed the question, well, the article posed the question, would you do this? And I find it very odd when people say they wouldn't do that. I think one person said they wouldn't. And I find that quite odd, because I think in this day and age, all of us every single person on this planet, I was going to swear then, needs to be doing their bit. And I'm not moaning, I'm just stating this is important. Because actually it's not about our lives.
No.
It's about the lives of the people in 40, 50 years' time. And we need to take action now to ensure that things get better in the future, not worse.
Yeah, which they are at the moment.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my two penneth worth.
I was, I don't think I said, but I saw a neighbour down the road that we both know quite well, and we were chatting about the environment and how she was and things like that. And she said that they were going to go down to a beach when there was a plastic beach clean-up. And I thought, well, yeah, that's great. And I said, well, maybe instead of waiting for the plastic beach clean-up, you could do a clean-up in your road. Because for the past 3 days, there had been a plastic bottle outside her gate. And I know full well that she'd been in and out of that gate all of those 3 days, at least in and out once in each of those days. And we have plastic recycling, we have big bins that you put plastic recycling, so all that needed to happen was it needed to be picked up by her gate and popped into her recycling.
Was it on her property?
It was
Why didn't you pick
outside.
it up?
I generally do pick things up, but actually I wanted to see how long it would stay there. I do, when I go around the neighbourhood, I do quite a lot of picking things up.
But if everybody thought that way,
no, I know, but it was her. Picked up. It was her entry. It was her gate. You know, I mean, it.
But it's all our responsibility.
It is all our responsibility, but it's also the individual's responsibility. I mean, I don't mind picking up rubbish, plastic rubbish, and putting it into people's recycling bin or their bins.
Yeah.
I do that regularly as I go down to the allotment. But every now and again, I wonder, if I don't pick that up, I wonder how long that glass bottle will stay there, or how long that plastic bag will stay there, or how long that plastic bottle will stay there. And in this case, the plastic bottle was there for 3 days.
And what did she say when you said that?
Oh, I hadn't noticed it.
She hadn't noticed it.
No.
Maybe we're becoming blind.
I think we partly are. We're thinking.
We need to wake up.
This is about taking action yourself. I think we do get bombarded with so many messages these days, and there is less and less time for people to do things. But actually, what you really need to do is look at what you need to do and what you want to do, rather than what you maybe feel obliged to do or forced into doing. There's another conversation we had was that this person was going to the birthday party of somebody that their friend didn't actually like very much. My question was, well, why are you going?
Yeah.
Why are you going to go and celebrate the birthday of somebody that you don't particularly like? That to me seems a complete waste of time.
I mean, I think in terms of the environment and litter and things like that, I think it's all about education. The sun's coming out. I think it's all about education, because I think in this country particularly there was a huge gap. When we were kids in the 70s, there was a massive Keep Britain Tidy campaign.
Yeah.
And you couldn't buy anything without it saying on the label, Keep Britain Tidy, with a little logo of somebody throwing
litter in a bin.
A piece of litter into a bin. There was a massive campaign. All the kids were involved. And then I feel as though the sort of 80s and 90s, there seemed to not be
Well,
that campaign.
The public information films stopped to save money.
Yeah.
Public information films in the UK stopped. So you had ones about road safety, ones about crossing the road, ones about the environment, ones about, as you've just said, keeping Britain tidy. And actually, they used to be shown on TV, didn't they? And they would suddenly appear.
Well, they didn't all stop because you had the AIDS campaign.
Yeah, but that was a specific campaign. I'm talking about things that are generational. You know, fortunately, there are a number of illnesses that this world has got on top of and is getting on top of. But the thing is, rubbish and transportation and road safety and, you know, cycling safety. More people cycle these days, yet there's less and less about cycle safety and how people who might be cycling but have never driven don't understand how a vehicle might have to turn. And we don't have that anymore, and we used to.
Yeah, or if we do have it, they put it on late at night. They used to put a lot of those things on really late at night when nobody was watching.
Well, of course now does the test card come on at all?
No, because I think it's all 24 hours now, isn't it?
Is BBC Two 24 hours?
I think they just rerun old Open University programmes, don't they?
Well, they used to do that, didn't they? They all have beards.
But we never watched those things. But anyway, let's not move on to another thread here.
So,
but it is about education.
Don't moan.
And it's about taking action. It's about doing what you can to do your bit to save the bloody planet.
Mm. And don't think about what you can do over there. Think about what you can do here.
Here, on your patch.
Where you are, in your house, in your garden, at your allotment. You know, how do I stop using as much plastic at the allotment? And if I do use plastic at the allotment, try and make sure it's long term, or it can be recycled, or that you actually take it to be recycled. And then look on your street. What can you do on your street? Because that's how we make our neighbourhoods and our communities tighter. It's by ensuring that where we all live, we do the best we possibly can to keep that community atmosphere going. Or if there isn't a community atmosphere, to find something that people can really coalesce around, can really find exciting, and push that out to the community to develop that community spirit. It's really valuable. Community is really valuable, and it's so underrated. It really is, and we talk about community in very, very different ways. I'm sorry, I could go. I'll stop.
I think as well that there are certain areas that have community, and there are some places that don't seem to. You know, London is a very transient place.
Yeah.
You know, people come and go, but where we live, you know, it's a very tight-knit community. And everybody knows everybody else. We don't necessarily know each other's business, but we're aware of each other, and you know, people do say good morning. People do acknowledge each other.
A greeting and a smile goes a long way to cheering someone's day.
But there are places where that doesn't happen, you know. And I think it also depends on your age as well. I think many young people, you know, living in, you know, rented accommodation with multiple occupants, some of them don't even know the people in their own house, you know. So I think it depends, but at our stage in life, I think it becomes...
The later stages.
Well, we're mature, Paul. We are mature. We're no spring chickens anymore. We're not old, we're mature. We're in our middle age now. We are.
Are we in our middle age?
We're middle-aged. Yes, and I'm proud of it.
I thought that was up to 50 middle-aged.
No. 50's the new 30.
I thought 50 was the new 50.
Anyway. That's it for that part of the conversation. Do your bit and stop moaning about it. Just get on and do it. Do it now. Now is the time. Yes. All we have is the present. Because that's all there is, this moment, now. Unless you're flying into a black hole. Which brings us on to the next subject, the black hole. I tell you no, they could have come round and photographed our understairs cupboard. Because that's a black hole. Things get sucked in there and you never see them again. Not even light can escape. That's a Christmas light.
Or the fridge light.
Or the fridge light. It all gets sucked in for eternity. The black hole, how exciting that they managed to photograph for the first time a black hole 55 million light years away. I think it's incredible. What do you think? Do you have a black hole in your house? Are you a black hole? I am sometimes when it comes to cake and biscuits. They all get sucked into my gravity. But they don't disappear forever because they show themselves later as fat rolls.
Oh, God, you said that.
What do you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say poo.
I'm not going to start talking about my personal toiletry habits. Anyway, so, yeah, I thought it was really exciting.
I can't quite get my head around it, really. I don't mean the black hole.
Around? What is there to understand?
Have they...
They've imaged it.
Yes, but how have they imaged it?
With multiple telescopes using specific techniques at different light wavelengths.
Right.
Is that good enough for you?
So why haven't they been able to do that before?
Because the technology has come together to be able to do it. Because they are surrounded. You know, the black hole, I think, is in the middle of a dense star region, I think, and it's surrounded by gas and stars and other light. So I think they've had to sort of filter out all of these different wavelengths or whatever.
So it's the first time...
I'm not a scientist.
Because it's the first time that it's been imaged.
The actual black hole itself.
Right. Because, of course, black holes will have been photographed before.
No.
Well, they will have done, because
Jets.
You take a photograph of the night sky.
Shut up.
There are black holes there, you just can't see them.
Shut up, Paul.
But it's that imaging thing that makes it, isn't it?
I was starting this conversation as an exciting scientific piece, and you've just poured a damp squib on it.
But it's the imaging of it. I find
read the articles.
I've read them. I didn't quite.
No.
Yeah, that's now I understand. It's the imaging.
If I can understand it.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I read the first 2 paragraphs.
Yeah. Anyway, very exciting, a milestone in astronomical imaging. Anyway, let's move on.
And that's in Discovery as well, isn't it?
What is?
They're going into a black hole type of thing at the moment.
No, it's a wormhole. That's a totally different thing.
Well, what's the wormhole then?
A wormhole is it's a proposed structure in space.
Right.
That links 2 regions of space.
Together.
A
bit like the Channel Tunnel.
A great distance. Not really like the Channel Tunnel, because a wormhole is effectively warped space. It's the warping of space to enable you to get somewhere else in space and time quickly. But it's not, you know, nobody's ever seen one. They don't know whether they actually exist.
I saw that in June, when I watched the film June.
Yeah, anyway, let's move on now, shall we? Clearly scientific conversation's not your thing. I try to be interesting.
What happens to... So with a black hole it just goes to nothingness then?
Well, everything gets compressed, completely compressed. to a highly dense state in the centre of the black hole. And then nobody knows what happens because nobody's ever been into one. Well, nobody nobody that we know.
No.
Well, I know a few people who look as though they've been down a black hole. But anyway, there we are. Thank you so much. Next! Next!
Manure.
Just what you need on a Sunday morning. What about manure, Paul?
I edged with decking boards our big growing area.
You've seen the video, it's there.
Yeah, it's there. And by sheer chance, the following day, we had about 10 tons of manure from a local small animal zoo.
Hanwell Zoo,
dropped
hi.
At our allotments.
They've got meerkats.
They do have meerkats. So there's meerkat poo
Yeah.
on our plot. In fact, there has been for quite some time. And they have pot-bellied pigs, and they've got sort of goats, and they've got lots of budgies, haven't they? They've got lots of things. It's really nice, Hanwell Zoo.
Geese.
They've got geese. They've got lots of
sheep.
things. Sheep!
Oh. No, don't think they've got sheep.
I don't think they've got sheep. No, they haven't got sheep. But it's really, they've got a peacock, haven't they?
They've got a peacock.
And they've got those little, they've got some little dairy things from Africa.
Oh gosh, what are they called? They're very sweet,
little
aren't
dairy
they?
things.
No, they're not called little dairy things. They're
I think if you look at the notice, it says little dairy things.
Called... I bet... No, not I bet.
No, they're big. Kumquats.
No, they're not kumquats. I like that word, kumquat. Kumquat.
Is that what we've got in the garden?
Kumquat. No, it's a loquat.
Loquat,
It?
yeah.
I think it's a loquat.
Is there a high quat?
I don't know.
How's the loquat doing? Have you seen it?
Anyway, Hanwell Zoo, poo.
Poo, yes.
On
So
the
we had
tons of poo.
Tons and tons delivered to the allotment.
Lovely.
Thank you very much, Jeremy, for organising that. Jeremy is one of our allotment holders who looks after the poo effectively.
He's a poo keeper.
So that was fabulous because I was able to put an awful lot of that onto the new edged bed that I made.
You did come home smelling rather strange.
Fragrant.
And
I did have a shower.
I'm glad that you left those shoes outside.
Yeah.
Yes. That was a good move, Paul, because if you'd have brought them inside, you would have known about it.
You'd have known about it as well.
You'd have known about it.
You'd have known about it.
No, but you'd have known about it.
Yes, but you'd have known about it first.
You would have known about it. That's something I would have moaned about. No, I wouldn't have moaned. I'd have just hollered.
And I got undressed in front of the washing machine, didn't I? Put my clothes in the washing machine. And then went upstairs and had a shower.
Then left them in there. You didn't put them
I
on.
thought you were going to.
You didn't put the washing machine on.
I don't. They know that the washing magically appears clean in my drawers. They know that. Yeah.
This tea bag's going to magically appear in your eye in a minute.
What else have we
Next.
got? Oh yes, going to be yesterday we had our seed sowing day at the community gardens. So we have a sunflower competition, so we're actually going to be taking part in Nick's sunflower competition, sunflower challenge, at the community garden, and that's to grow the tallest, the largest and the most unusual sunflower. So we had lots of dipping small fingers and bigger fingers into soil yesterday to sow those. We also sowed the cheeky prince seeds at the community gardens, which are going to be going into our community gardens pumpkin patch. So both of those are communal growing areas. And then today it's got sunny. It's going to be a bit of a quieter day than it was yesterday. I think I did 7 hours yesterday of gardening, of allotmenteering effectively. But today I think I'm going to sow the Cheeky Prince seeds.
No, I think you need to
for the
take it
Cheeky
easy
Prince
today. We
challenge.
both need to take it easy today.
So I think I'm going to do that.
Cheeky Prince challenge. Now that's something we need to talk about.
Cheeky Prince challenge.
What we want is everybody who's sowing the Cheeky Prince seeds that Paul sent very kindly to you at great expense.
Well, one of them was. Usually great expense. Yeah.
We're only joking. We don't mind that at all. We're not poor. We are poor, but we're not that poor.
I'm Paul.
Cheeky Prince challenge. So we need you to join our Facebook group, Planet Vegetaria, and share. You don't have to be vegetarian. And share your Cheeky Prince experience with us. So if you've not already joined and you've got some Cheeky Prince seeds, join Planet Vegetaria on Facebook. So it's facebook.com/ is it / Planet Vegetaria?
Yeah.
Or is it / Richard and Paul's?
No.
/ Planet Vegetaria, I think.
Yes, it is.
Paul's telling me it is. So join us on there and share your experiences. You don't have to, but it's just easier if you do.
Bren sowed his yesterday.
Who, Bren?
Brendan.
Sowed
his.
Is that what you call Brendan now? Bren. Hi, Bren. Yeah. You say Brendan, don't you? Because that's his name. You might not like Bren.
He puts Bren.
Oh, that's okay. Hi, Bren. I don't like abbreviating people's names unless we know that they don't mind.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't like being called Dick. Carry on.
So Bren sowed his Cheeky Prince seeds yesterday, and we're going to be sowing ours today. So that's going on. What other seeds am I doing? Oh yes, we are going to be I'm going to be taking our transplanted tomatoes down to the allotment.
What, from the loft room?
From the loft room.
Hallelujah.
So that I can make space to transplant the others that need to be transplanted.
Space where?
Where I'm taking the others away.
So you mean there's more?
There's more.
They better have gone by the time Felicity and Tarquin arrive.
Oh, they will have done. They may even be in the ground by the time that
But
happens.
they better be.
Yes, they may even be in the ground by the time
I'm
that
sick
happens.
of it looking like a greenhouse up there. And by the way, it's virtually finished now. I just need a couple more rugs.
You made some rugs.
I made some rugs out of some fur that I had.
It's fascinating.
And
It's not real fur, it's faux fur. Faux fur.
of course
Faux
it's
fur.
faux fur.
Faux fur. Faux fur.
That's just not funny.
Faux fur.
No, stop it. That really is not funny whatsoever.
But he explained to me how he was going to make them
No,
over
I
about
didn't.
10 minutes.
I just said I had an idea. Don't shut up about that now. Let's move on.
I particularly like the blue one.
It's just a piece of fur on the floor, okay? That's
Yeah, but it's got backing to stop you slipping.
No, it hasn't got backing, Paul. You're
I thought
completely
you put
and utterly
backing on
wrong.
it.
No. So
Squick the slip.
don't talk about things that you don't know anything about.
But you spent 10 minutes going on about how you were going to sew it and edge it or something.
No, I didn't. I think you fantasised that because you've been watching too much of the Sewing Bee.
It's finished now.
Yeah, good. Anyway, so that's it for the things down the tomato place.
I think you'd be quite good at sewing. With
Anyway.
a machine.
Let's move on. Next!
Next Friday. No live chat.
There's no live chat next, so you don't need to make a big song and a dance about it,
No live
Paul.
chat!
There's no live chat next week. Okay? Sorry, we're doing something else. That's it. Next.
I think that's it.
I'll be the judge of that.
The broom is looking spectacular at the moment. It really is. And the sun has come out now and it's looking even more spectacular.
I just have to do something.
What?
I did promise that if we didn't leave the EU, that I would do the told you so dance. Told you so, told you so, told you, told you so. There we are, that's it.
But it's now delayed till Halloween. What an auspicious day.
Yes,
Halloween.
the day when the veil is thin.
Yeah.
The veil between reality and
fantasy. I mean, can you... the 27 leaders of the other countries of the EU getting together, and they must have had some type of discussion about, shall we extend it to Halloween, or shall we extend it to Guy Fawkes Day, which could have been the end of Parliament?
Oh,
there must have been a debate that went on there.
No, there wouldn't have been, because it actually means very little to many people.
What?
Guy Fawkes Night.
I know, but it will do to people, to a lot of people in European Parliament. They will know about it.
Know. We're going now because this is frankly far too long, and people will be bored.
Oh right, yeah.
I can
It was only
see
going to be a
them
quick
yawning.
one. Look, that person's asleep.
I can see them all falling asleep at the wheel. I mean, at the television.
Well, no, some people do listen on as a podcast, don't they?
Anyway.
Which way? Have we finished?
It's all done. That's
It's all
it.
done.
You're going to see a little video of the loft room later as well. What? Yes, they are. The makeover is complete.
There's a lot of stuff in those baskets that can go on the top.
What baskets on what top?
On the top above my desk.
You mean your crap?
No!
That's your crap.
I put things to one side to take to the recycling centre, and you put them back on the shelf.
Well, you didn't mark them for the recycling centre, did you?
I didn't.
We're going now. Goodbye. Have a lovely time.
Where are they going?
I don't know. Whatever you're doing,
All right.
no moaning, just get on with it. Goodbye.
Bye!
Bye for now.